Alright. As I said before, we're going to do the Super Junior tournament with Dean Malenko. I did all the tournaments off camera. Ironically, this is the Wednesday after the recording. Well, I guess it's Thursday now, but Weimar had to end Elden Ring early, and I took the liberty, well, I took the time to finish these 5 tournaments because I did this one the night of the stream, off stream, and then I realized how late it was. I was like, okay, I can't keep playing, but we're gonna do the Super Junior tournament. It is like 4 a.m. in the morning, so I'm gonna try to be a little bit energetic, but no promises. Oh, we're against Eddie Guerrero. He does not do the Boston Crab in this game, which is weird. I mean, it's not weird when you figure out that they're just skins slapped on the guys from Virtual Pro. Which, funny thing is, Virtual Pro did, in the next Virtual Pro Aki game, they did it in reverse. And what I mean by that is, they put out the WcW game, and then they made a Virtual Pro game after it, which was a port, but not really, because there's new features in the game, but all the menus are the same. It has similar wrestlers, it has more wrestlers. I'll just put it this way, like this game, it has the WCW one has fake wrestlers that have the moveset of real wrestlers, and one of them is called, I think, like the Ninja or Shinobi, and it's Great Sasuke, but he's not dressed like Great Sasuke. In the Virtual Pro version, he looks like Great Sasuke. So one of the things I'm going to do when we get to that game is I'm going to... never mind. I'll just say it when we get to that game. But yeah, I'm super excited. We're starting to get into some of the games that people say are like the greatest wrestling games ever, which is the N64 ones, which is Revenge, WrestleMania, No Mercy, NWO, WCW vs NWO World Tour. We're getting into those games now. Sadly, WWE, not the WWE side, but well, yeah, the WWE side doesn't have much coming up. What we are going to get, though, is more PS1 games that I'm worried it won't be that good. I have to look at the list again. Maybe we aren't. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. I get fucking nervous every time I see a Fire Pro game coming up, because I'm like, timing based system. I'm like, hopefully this is better than the one we played earlier in the series. 1, 2, 3. You would think having a move that goes straight into a pin is great. Not really, because after the pin the guys get straight up. And sorry, I had to take a drink there. And that kind of like fucks up you trying to spam the move over and over again. Get damage. Okay, well. We're gonna be having those moments several times over in various games. But you're probably wondering, when we get to SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, and games where you can take him out. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna take out Chris Benoit. Like, I get it. It feels kind of cheap to take out someone. I'm also gonna take out fucking Snuka if I can. In the games where I edit, where I can edit the wrestlers, I'm not gonna take them out there. Just because it's like, okay, I could edit him to be fucking Bryan Danielson, but you know what? Maybe I won't take him out. And Here Comes the Pain. It's just weird when Chris Benoit shows up because you know what Chris Benoit did, which I don't want to get into. I know people have opinions and shit like that, but at the end of the day, it's something that happened. I will say, I've been watching a lot of DPW. Not DPW, but Deadlock. I re-subscribed to their Patreon, and I think the name I picked was pretty funny. I've been watching their UFC stuff, like their the stuff where they watched early UFC, and I gotta agree, I kind of fucking hate Royce Gracie. Like, I'm not a big MMA guy, but every match we see, like, and Johnny was the one who said it. He's like, every match is just him laying on someone until they give up because they don't know what to do. And I feel like if Gracie actually was in the UFC when some of these more well-rounded fighters were coming in, he would not fucking last. And I know that's weird because he's like in the era with Shamrock and a couple guys. Also, I want to say this. I'm watching the third one currently, the UFC. Oh, by the way, that's Minoru Suzuki. Apparently, he's a junior. I'm watching the third one, and I'm like, Kimo fucking won that fight. Kimo won that. If the referee decided. If the referee actually did his job, Kimo had him choking, like she was choking him with his like fucking wrist midway through the match, and fucking Gracie had to pull on Kimo's hair to get him off of him. I don't know much about Kimo. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he kind of makes me uncomfortable as well with all his religious stuff. But I was rooting for him because I did not like watching Royce Gracie in the first two fucking UFC things. Man, if they would have just said Kimo wins, and the thing is, they said Kimo tapped out. No, he didn't. He looked nowhere near tapping out. I don't know where they got the idea that Kimo lost there, or Kimo was losing there. Like, I get he was like in a lock, but he was in a lock several times and they kept it going, and Kimo got out of it. I don't know. I don't. Something makes me feel like get the feeling that like Royce Gracie was being protected a bit because they wanted Royce Gracie versus Ken Shamrock, and they didn't know anything about Kimo going in. Because even the guy who owned UFC at the time said, I asked this cornerman, what's Kimo about? And he wouldn't tell him anything. Probably because he knew that he would fucking go and tell Royce Gracie, oh yeah, this guy is about taking it to the mat or standing up and fighting, and he would fucking help him out. Like, maybe not at the beginning of the Grace of the UFC 1, I don't think they would do that, but UFC 3 they definitely were trying to get Gracie versus Shamrock. And that was another thing too, like you start to see that, like, there's definitely guys they want to win just by the way they set up these matches. Like, Ken Shamrock was facing a judo guy that wasn't as good as Gracie to set up the whole, oh, he can beat a judo guy. Uh-oh. This will be like a little bit of a taste of what's to come. And then they had a guy who wrestles karate fight a sumo guy. And the sumo guy lost. I want one of the sumo guys to win in early UFC. It would be so cool to see him advance and fight like Gracie or Shamrock. Well, how would Gracie try to fucking grapple a 500-pound fucker? But another thing that, like you could tell, they thought Chemo was definitely gonna lose. They thought he was just some Jesus nut with a tattoo on his back coming out with the cross. And then Gracie fucking got annihilated in the whole fight. It was good to see. I hate the Gracie family. And then in the one, it was like Howard Hughes versus like a Roland Payne. They definitely wanted Roland Payne to win because he was the hometown hero. And Howard Hughes looked like a fucking bum in a wife beater. But Howard Hughes ended up fucking toughing it out. I haven't watched the finals match. I haven't watched Ken Shamrock versus Howard Hughes, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I agree with the Deadlock Boys though. They should have had Howard fight Chemo if Gracie was just gonna throw in the towel immediately. And by immediately I mean the bell didn't even ring. Gracie was just like, no, I can't fight. I'm hurt. Which is fucked up because like there was a lot of guys who went through tough matches and they didn't throw in the towel when they fought Gracie. I don't know. I'm a Gracie hater. I find Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like a neat thing. Like, it's definitely something you should learn. But I find if it's like your only fighting style, it's boring as hell to watch. Like, I don't want to watch two dudes laying on top of each other all day. Get up and throw hands. I think that's why they changed UFC after a while. This is my fourth fight, by the way. I have no clue who I'm fighting. I know it was like A. Guerrero, Benoit, Minoru Suzuki. I don't think this is Maeda. It might be Maeda. Who knows? It's one of the UFC, yeah, not UFC, but MMA guys. From like Rings or Prank here East or my cat's being annoying still. He was quiet for all 5 of those other tournaments. Now he wants to be annoying. And if you were there for the stream where me and Weimar were playing Elden Ring, he was being annoying too in that, crying for some reason. He's got food, he's got water. He's just being a little asshole. Yeah, I really have nothing to say about this other than like, yeah, Dean Malenko kind of doesn't really feel like Dean Malenko that much in this game. Like, he does submission moves and he has a lot, and I guess he does do like bridges and shit, but I don't associate, like, does anybody, do we really associate the bridging? Like, I associate the Texas Cloverleaf with him. And I understand why they don't have that as a finisher. They could definitely do it. I also figured out the cheese with this game. It's just strike, strong strike, strong strike, strike. Like, I always knew that was cheese, and then fucking taunting also boosts up your thing, but like, sometimes they just don't do anything to this. And I know I'm on easy, but I'm not gonna be on easy for the next one. It's just that this game is a little wonky at times. And the reason why I'm also going to not be doing easy, I'm not gonna say from here on out, but I'm not gonna be doing easy for like the N64 games or like the later SmackDown games, is because one, with the SmackDown games, I've played them enough to where I'm confident I can beat someone on hard. Not hard, but normal at least. Maybe even on hard. I don't know. It depends, because sometimes like going from easy to hard feels less like, oh wow, this is just harder, to more like they're just reversing everything. And I gotta exploit the game's cheese to actually fight. Taunt. I'm super excited for the N64 games. The reason why I decided to not do easy for the N64 games is because like it's not that hard to play, and the finisher system is actually better. It's not this delayed grapple thing. I hate this system, by the way. I love this game. I hate the finisher system in it. The finisher system kind of kills it for me. Like everything else is like, it's super fun. It's a wrestling game, you know. You do grapples, you do attacks, but I will say the spirit system is a little exploitative if you know just do punches until you get it. And there we go. Jaguar, aka Tiger Mask, is our final opponent. I told you there's literally no other new unlockable characters. And like I said, I'm not counting. I might not even do the count anymore, because I already know who's in the most. Because I thought about it the other day. I was like, who would actually be in the most wrestling games? And then I realized, oh, Shawn Michaels is like in every WWE game going forward. He's in, let's see, he's in SmackDown 2 as an unlockable character. He's in No Mercy. Is he in No Mercy? He might not be in No Mercy. But he's in all the SmackDown vs. Raws. I think he's actually in every PS2 game. I don't think they ever took out Shawn Michaels after he came back. Like, even after he retired, they weren't like, yeah, well, Shawn Michaels not on the roster anymore, we should take him out. Like, the closest one to actually matching him would probably be either be Hogan or Triple H. Or, no, Taker. Taker would be the closest one. Actually, Taker might actually be the one who wins. Because if you think about it, Taker's SmackDown 1, I don't think has any unlockable characters. Taker was active all the way through the Attitude Era, basically. And, you know, he did that time where he took off, but he was active as Asa Timberlake, fucking Ministry Taker. He was active as Biker Taker, and then he came back as regular Taker, and then he didn't retire until like much later. 1, 2, 3. Like, he still had the streak going in WWE 2K14, so yeah, Taker might actually take it. But yes, there we go. Dean Malenko takes the title of Super Junior. Do we get the screen again? You beat all the wrestlers. You were the greatest. And there it is. That was much quicker than any of the freaking William Regal ones. Yeah, to wrap this up with this game, if I had to rank them, which I will be, I think I'm gonna do like individual tier rankings for like the PS1 games, once we're done with all the PS1 games, all the 64 games, and then at the end of this series, we will do a ranking of all the games completely. But if going off of what I know now, or what I've played now, I would say this one goes before Virtual Pro on any ranking. I'll definitely do a tier ranking, but the reason why I would rank Virtual Pro above this is that even though throughout the whole Virtual Pro series, I was saying, yeah, just slap fucking Hogan and Ric Flair's face and sell it to the American market. Literally, that was back like a year before this. I don't even think the NWO was a thing then, because Luger was, I think, still in WWE. But I would say this one, I would rank it lower because, one, if I play as Jeff Jarrett right now, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play as fucking Dynamite Kid and not like Jeff Jarrett. It is jarring that they didn't make these little paintings for everyone, just the WCW guys and guys they were afraid they would get sued for being in the game. Another thing that I would say was bad is the Giant's not the Giant in this game. He's obviously Andre. But yeah, I don't know. It's I wouldn't say gameplay wise it's not worse than Virtual Pro, but it's definitely worse by the way of fucking, you know, how the roster is. It was a cheap, it probably sold really well, and to be fair, when you're playing this in America, you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know Virtual Pro was a thing before. You would probably be questioning why the hell is Regal's finish like an arm drag instead of like some sort of Regal Plex or something. I think he was doing the Regal Plex at this time. I don't know, maybe not. But definitely would question why Jeff Jarrett's finish is the flying headbutt, even though I don't remember him doing a flying headbutt at all. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely better than every other game we played so far. I honestly, it's hard to rank it lower than anything else because like Virtual Pro is so good. Why would I rank this lower than the games I'm saying Virtual Pro is better than? Like, because there's a part of me that wants to rank this lower than like the WWE arcade games. But like that doesn't make sense because it's like it's Virtual Pro but different, and not even but different. It's just Virtual Pro, but like the roster is slapped around. But I don't know. It definitely ranks lower than Virtual Pro, and my reasoning is because what they did with the roster. They literally didn't have to do any of this shit. They literally could have kept all the WCW guys over here. And just, like, they would have to change Hawk, or get the rights for Hawk. And then they could just, didn't even have to market it as a WCW game. They could have just said, oh, this is a game with Hogan, fucking Flair, and Sting, the Steiner brothers, and who else was over there? in this game as well. Hogan, the Steiner brothers. Cause it was like Hogan, Sting, Flair. Oh right. The Turk was over there. Who wasn't the Turk? He was Vader. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this game. We're gonna move on to the next game, which is WCW versus NWO World Tour. And then after that, we have Virtual Pro 64, which I think there'll be 2 separate streams because those games are gonna be long. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.